What's up, everyone? It's Chris from PickDogs.com here with your free live show, Sunday, March 12th, 2023. Bit of a smaller card today, but, that's just what happens on Championship Sunday. We got, like I said, conference championship games, 5 from college hoops. Got a decent-sized NBA card, decent-sized NHL card as well. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. I'm going to bring in Big Al McMorty to lead us off. That's Al. Al, how's it going?
Pretty good. Had a good day yesterday. Was 5-1, 5-0 in basketball. Of course, I couldn't win in hockey, so 5-1 overall. And today's card looks pretty good.
It's like me. I couldn't hit water if I fell out of a boat on the ice yesterday. It was rough. But what was your favorite play from the college hoops yesterday?
My favorite play was the Memphis Tigers.
Okay. Yeah, I gave out Tulane on that one. I kind of had to. That's why I kept my words short and sweet on that one. I had to eat them, but it's okay. Anyways, what do you have going on today for us?
Oh, well, I want to talk about the 76ers Wizards game. These two teams met back in December, and Philadelphia was upset by Washington. That game was played in Washington. Philadelphia lost that ball game 116-111, but now they're at home, and the 76ers are a solid 45-20 ATS at home when they're playing with revenge from an upset loss. So I think that bodes well for Philadelphia here. Of course, the 76ers are playing really good ball right now. They're 10-3 straight up, 8-5 ATS the last 13. In contrast, Washington on a 1-4 straight up and against a spread run. So I'm going to lay the points with Philadelphia here. I think they blow them out.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I've tried to back Philadelphia at home whenever I've been able to this season, and it's felt foolproof for the most part. I know my trends aren't extensive as yours, but 21-9 their last 30 games at home this season, and 70% win percentage. It's a Wizards team that hasn't been able to play well despite having their full cast of characters. At one point, you could have made the excuse for Washington when they were struggling, when they didn't have Kuzma in the lineup. They didn't have Bradley Beal in the lineup. But like I said, now they've got no excuses. And I think they're sort of watching themselves sort of drift out of the playoff picture as well.
It's also, I think, a bad scheduling spot for the Wizards. They're on the road off back-to-back home games. They're 14-33 ATS in that set. So this is... Yeah, it's a good spot for Philadelphia. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. But Al, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
I've got a decent card. I've got my NBA Game of the Month, best NBA play I've seen in several weeks. I've got a second NBA play. I'm going to go back to the ice. I've got one play in hockey. And I've got my XFL total of the month for those who want to bet on the new football league. Last week, I cashed my XFL game of the month on the Orlando Guardians. Now I've got my number one total for the month of March. And then I've got 2 plays on the NCAA hardwood as we close out the schedule right before the big dance.
Yeah, you guys can go to pickdogs.com. You can see Big Al, killed it yesterday, leading the 7-day leaderboard. This is when we all start to, see Al heat up, and this is what you kind of want to be on because, it's the perfect time of year. March Madness just around the corner. Still in the playoff push for the NHL. MLB's around the corner. One of the few cappers I know that caps the XFL as well. I think he did the USFL last year as well. So
last year I hit 67%. I'm 1-2 in the XFL thus far. So, but by the end of the season, I'm sure I'll be, in the 55 to 60% range. It's just usually these new leagues, the numbers are pretty soft.
Yeah, well, it's like any league. A, it's the beginning of the season, but B, you're also factoring into a new league where you kind of got to understand the rules and how the new sets of rules factor into potential late game situations. I know we talked, or at least I think we talked about earlier this season, where the that 3-point conversion now all of a sudden makes an 18-point game a 2-possession game, where you don't even have to kick that onside kick anymore. You go for that it's a try from the 15-yard line, I think it is, or something, or it's 4th and 15.
Yeah, but that's still kind of scary.
Yeah.
I survived one of those, the what do you call it? The USFL had a similar rule. I don't know, where a team had to, try to get that whatever 15-yard pass or whatever it was at the end of the game, and I was scared to death because if they didn't get it, the other team was going to take the ball over in field goal possession, and they would have, covered, because we were covering the spread until that play, but they ended up making that long pass and we escaped. But it was, a nightmare, scenario, because you just think, oh my God, if they don't make it, you're giving the other team a field goal.
Yeah, I know. It's never something that you want to feel that you have to rely on, but at least it's there if you need it. But I can also see the other side of the coin where you don't want to be sitting there sweating that the guy's gonna be able to complete a 4th and 15 pass to get the ball back. But anyways, Al, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it. These long days for us are starting to at least slow down a little bit, at least for a couple months. So
yeah,
take advantage of it
while we can. I liked today. It was only 5 games on the college basketball card, so that was a change of pace. So.
Yeah, exactly. Go.
Okay.
We'll get you some rest.
I'll talk to you later. Thanks, Chris.
All
Good
right.
luck today.
Thanks, Al. You too. Big Al McMurray, always, talking basketball with Big Al. And I still say it all the time, that database he's got blows my mind sometimes with some of the trends we talk about and the history we talk about. But anyways, speaking of basketball, I'm going to bring in Ron Romanelli. You can see him every morning doing the rundown. And the bank shot breakdown as well. Ron, how's it going?
Hey, Chris, how you doing today?
I am doing well. Let's say I had a decent day with the breakdown yesterday, and it's a bit of a shorter one today, but still quality over quantity, I'm guessing.
Yeah, only 5 games. This was the first time I did a 3-game bank shot breakdown. I saw somebody saying, "Hey, you forgot the other 2 games. Stop being so selfish." Just joking around, but yeah, not. It's a tough card because these are all championship games, and the lines are very sharp. The teams are very good, so not a ton of value. I only have 1 premium play in college hoops, but hopefully we do well in the bank shot breakdown today.
Yeah, it almost seems like the world is burning and and everything's falling down when you do a 4-play breakdown. Forget about
I know.
a 3-play breakdown. But anyways,
I know.
what do you got going on today?
Yeah, you mentioned that database that Al McMorty has. It's something else, but I guess you could call me the Walmart version of Big Al, because I got a system I'm looking at for an NBA play today. In the NBA, you get the Knicks and the Lakers, and I call this system the NBA 3-point overreaction, because it looks at teams that are coming off really poor 3-point shooting performances, playing teams that are coming off really good 3-point shooting performances, and those teams that had a bad night shooting, those are underdogs by a pretty small margin, so 0 to 7 points for these underdogs. And we saw the Knicks play last night against the Clippers. They lose that game by double digits, but they shot 22.6% from the perimeter. We know in the NBA, these are all superstars, basically. These are the best shooters in the world. So you're never going to see a team shoot consistently that bad, that poorly, 22.6% for even a 5-game sample. So the Knicks played fundamentally well in that game. They had a 20-7 offensive rebound advantage. The turnover differential was the same, 10-10. They had a pretty good job in the paint. It was a 50-48 paint lead for the Clippers scoring wise. So it was a pretty even game, but the 3-point shooting was the difference maker. I look for this game to be a little bit different. We saw the Lakers on the other end. Their last game against the Raptors, they shot 13 of 30 from 3, 43.3%. A little bit better than what you're used to seeing, better than the average NBA team this season. So I do think that if the numbers regress towards the mean a little bit, we're going to see a closer game. Overall, in the last 5 games or so, the Knicks and the Lakers have been playing pretty fundamentally the same. So to me, getting a 2.5 points in a game that looks like more like a coin flip than anything else, I think there's some value there. And in that 3-point overreaction system, this season, those underdogs are 30, 21, and 2, so 59% winners. And then dating back to 2006, they are 734 and 636 with 26 pushes, so around 53.6%. That's good profit for a long system like that. So give me the Knicks and the points in this one. I think they win this game outright.
Yeah, I won't lie to you. I was on the other side, at least on the money line. I could definitely see the points coming into play here. Only because I was on the Knicks yesterday. I was just really soured with how they played against the Clippers, but I get it. They're still the best road cover team in the NBA this season. Still, I believe they got at least a 60% winning percentage on the road. But the way I saw it was that the Lakers, they're playing well, they're playing their desperate basketball, and all of a sudden, 2 games separates themselves in ninth separates ninth from fifth, and basically a shoe-in spot. They don't have to play for their lives in the play-in tournament. And for me with the Lakers, I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I backed the Lakers this season. But if you can win a game with Anthony Davis scoring 8 points against the Raptors, I get it. D'Angelo Russell had 29, I think, in that game. But you had Dennis Schrader scoring in the 20s. You had Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves scoring double digits. Same with Jared Vanderbilt as well. I just think you're seeing complete efforts from the Lakers, and I think for me it was more of a play on the Lakers than it was against the Knicks.
Yeah, and to me it's it's a play on the Knicks. So yeah, I think you make a really good point. I mean, the Lakers are they've won 4 of the last 5 against some solid teams. But I do think because those wins maybe a little bit on the overvalued side of things, and like you said, the Knicks have been really solid on the road this year. So I'll take those points. I think they could certainly come in handy, and it could be a 1 or 2 point game all the way. So I usually every time I see an underdog like that, and especially like a system like this, you got to take those points. I know the money line, the plus money looks pretty attractive, but those 2.5 points, they come up more than you think.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong. So maybe it is the right side to be on here. But anyways, Ron, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Yeah, I just got my $15 bank shot best bet in college hoops today. I went 3-0 yesterday in college hoops, so I swept the board. Looking to do some damage today again and get ready for the NCAA tournament next week and the NIT as well. So, yeah, this is the most exciting time in college hoops. We get a little bit of a day off tomorrow because there's no games on tomorrow, so that's a little bit nice. But, yeah, just my $15 best bet.
I mean, can't complain with that. I mean, they've still been on fire, whether it's 1 play, 3, whatever. It's been absolutely crushing it. If I look at the leaderboard, you see Romanelli on the last 7-day leaderboard. Obviously, killed it yesterday, the last 24 on the yearly leaderboard as well. So definitely jump on long term, or even just a daily pass, roll those profits over and hop on a long term pass, especially with March Madness around the corner. But anyways, Ron, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Go back to watching the World Baseball Classic, and I'll talk to you later in the week.
Yeah, the spaghetti and meatballs, my Italians are moving on to the next round, so I'm excited.
I'm telling you, the Cornetto lives on, and I'm not sad about it. So,
all righty, good luck, everybody.
Thanks, Ron. You too. Good luck. This is Ron Romanelli. First time I'm having Ron on the weekend show where we've been side by side, and we did it a couple times in the drive-through, but not on the weekend show. But anyways, I'm gonna bring in Al Ninos here. We can talk some more NBA. Al, how's it going?
Going pretty good. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing all right. Man, I tell you, this NBA card's been crushing me today. And of course, it's the one thing that everybody else wants to talk about today. It's like everybody's talking the NBA. So, what do you got going on today for us?
Yeah, it is March Madness, but NBA is still a pretty popular sport, so we're sticking to it. We're not forgetting about it. That's for sure. Looking at a pretty tricky game, honestly. Here, the Blazers headed to New Orleans. They do have the rest advantage, which I think is the biggest edge they will have. Neither of these teams playing particularly well lately. The Blazers, I think, have the best player on the court. Even if Brandon Ingram does play, I think Lillard is the best player on the court. They're starting to get a bit healthier, so that's been part of their struggles too. Has been their injuries. They had Simons out, Nurkic was out for a while, but with Lillard, Grant, Nurkic all on the court. I think they're in a pretty good spot here with the rest advantage. Again, home court's been pretty big for the Pelicans. They've been playing well there, but not looking like the same Pelicans team. And with Ingram on the injury report, I think they'll be in a really tough spot if he has to sit out again. If he does play, I'd expect him to have a pretty big game here, them to run a lot of offense through him. So I might look at a couple of his props if he does play. But whether he plays or not, I think this is a Blazers spot. I'm going Blazers. And the line's flipping now, too, so I'd get on them sooner rather than later. I was going to go Blazers money line now. I guess you could still go money line depending on the prices you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, I was with you on the Blazers even at +1.5, and I'm going all the way through 0 with you. I mean, it didn't make sense that the Pelicans opened as a favorite. I get it. Still you don't want to back the Blazers on the road. They haven't been very good on the road, but they're still the better team here. And just like the Pelicans, they're watching themselves fall out of favor out in the playoff race. They've been waiting for Zion to come back, and I think his return just keeps getting pushed back. And I don't know. For me, it's just I've kind of soured off and just sort of backed off of the Pelicans until Zion really comes back.
And just to add to that, the Pelicans just 3-6 against the spread on no rest. Blazers 7-6 against the spread with the rest advantage. So again, that playing into that rest advantage, I think is going to be huge here. And I think especially considering the injuries and the Blazers getting healthier, I think that kind of negates a little bit of the home court that the Pelicans have going on, especially on that back-to-back.
Yeah, I think it says something that the line's already flipped, and it was even a pick'em to be or near a pick'em to begin with the Blazers on the road. So, but
and I think that might be a sign that maybe Ingram doesn't suit up, but we'll have to wait and see for that one.
Yeah, keep checking the injury reports as we get closer and closer to tip off. But Al, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Got a 5-pack, 2 NBA, 2 NHL, and my single college basketball play of the day, all in that 5-pack. You can grab the plays individually. Also have my $15 play in the NBA as well. Yeah, coming off a much needed, pretty decent day yesterday, so looking to keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely check Al Ninos out over at Pick Dogs Premium. Did have a great day yesterday. Trying to roll it over and keep it going into today. And this is the time to hop on long term. And so you got NBA, NHL, college hoops. The month for any of us gets you the whole March Madness, as well as the opening week, and I believe opening 2 weeks of MLB season now. So definitely the way to go is probably hopping on long term, or even just a daily pass with Al, and then taking those profits and rolling it over long term.
Yeah. 2-for-1 capper special is always a good way to go to.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely a great value there. But Al, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it, and we'll see you on the drive-through throughout the week. We'll see you next week on the weekend show.
Thanks for hosting us, Chris.
All right, thanks, Al. Appreciate it. Good luck. It's Al Ninos again. Love that Blazers play, and we'll have to see if they can come through for us on the road. But move on and bring on Jovan. Finally talk our first college hoops action of the day. There you go. And Jovan, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on, Chris?
I'm doing all right. I think your camera's stuck, but at least if it is stuck, let's see. Yeah, there we go. We got a chance to talk. I was gonna say, at least if it was stuck, you were smiling, if nothing else. So that's the one plus about the whole thing. I wasn't gonna draw spinach on your teeth like a couple of the other guys used to do, but we were fine there. But are you excited for college hoops today?
Yeah, absolutely. Every time college is on, front and center, I'm there.
Absolutely. All right, what do you got going on for us today?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the A10 championship game between Dayton and VCU, and these two teams are evenly matched. It's really a tough game to call, but I think I'm gonna roll with VCU in this one. The Rams, they're one of those defensive hard-nosed, get under your jersey type of teams. Dayton is too. They hang their hat on defense, but I just like the get after it mentality that VCU has. Both of these teams, they have offensively, they go on lows. Like you could see both of these teams go on 5-minute offensive droughts, but at the same time, both of these teams, like I said, they're defensively superior, to the rest of the league. This is part of the reason why they're in this position right now. And keep this in mind: the loser isn't going to get that large bid most likely. So it's imperative for either one of these teams, play their hardest, play their damnedest. And I think, as far as that goes, I think VCU has it covered. Virginia Commonwealth has put money in my pockets, and I think they're going to put money in my pockets today. The line is going down in some spots. I'm hoping it gets to one. It gets to one, all bets are off. Or, if you just want to, play this on the money line, play it on the money line. But, yeah, I mean, VCU 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games versus a team with 600 or better on record. So when they play the better teams, they playing well and they usually cover. So I'm rolling with VCU.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you on that. I like VCU as well. I think my stronger play in that one was actually the under.
Yeah.
I think, like you were saying, with so much at stake for both teams, and the fact that you lose this game, you're probably NIT bound. I expect this to be a physical game. Hard, just points hard to come by this one, and they were hard to come by even in the regular season. I mean, the two meetings both were lined around 130.5, and I get it. We've seen a 5-point drop from the meetings in the regular season, but they still both went under the total by 10.5 and 5 points. Yeah, I think it's going to be a low scoring game, but I'm with you. I think VCU gets the job done.
This game is destined for one of those last 5 minutes. You're probably at 52 to 50, and then you're just trading baskets, and the last team with the ball wins the game. Or the team that's winning is going to salt it away, at the free throw line. So it's going to be one of those games. It might be hard to get to 60 points in this one.
To be honest with you, I don't even think they will. I look at this game and I just immediately think, don't know why, 54-51. I don't know which side it goes to, but I don't know. I see this just being like a slugfest. But yeah, definitely, this is going to be a great game, and I'm with you. I think whoever loses this game probably not making the tournament. But it'll be interesting to see if the tournament committee gives VCU the nod. I mean, this is still a 26-win team. That does have wins over Pitt and Vanderbilt for in the non-conference portion. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, luckily for them, because they are a bubble team. Let's just face it. Given the fact that they're in the A10, there wasn't really the big upsets like UAB. They completely, dropped the ball. They completely fumbled. So that would have been, one of the teams where they knock a team off, because FAU, they were getting it regardless, at large, winning the conference, whatever. So, teams like that, if you had some more chaos going on yesterday, because there was a lot of chalk line in the streets, you know what I mean? So the underdogs wasn't cashing like they have been. So if it was the other way around, the underdogs were hitting, then you would have a scenario where VCU's definitely dead in the water. You know what I mean? I think either way, they're not. If they were to lose, though, the loser of this game isn't going to make it, but they have a better chance of making it given what happened yesterday.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think this can be one of the better conference championship games of the afternoon, especially I think if you like defense. But Javon, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Yeah, I have a 3-pack in college basketball. 3 championship games that I particularly like out of the 5. I like all of them really, but I just chose the 3 that I have. Could have made them all premium picks, as far as I'm concerned, including this one, VCU. But this one could go either way. Let's just say that. But also have 2 NBA plays, one of which is up for sale. The other one's for longer term clients. I'm not going to put that up. So you got 5 plays in all for me.
Yeah, definitely can't go wrong with the value with Jovan. You can take a look at the leaderboards, absolutely crushing it. He's leading the yearly leaderboard. Find him on the 30-day leaderboard. Just basically, taking up. I think we're building up an apartment complex up there for him just to live in. So, but definitely that, and the long-term passes, like I said, you can see that the results just aren't short-term; they're sustainable. They've been going long-term. We're going to go into baseball season, and eventually, before you blink and you know it, if you're on the yearly pass, it's going to be football season again. So definitely something that you want to make sure that you take advantage of, regardless of how long you go on for, or even if it's just a daily pass, get that daily pass. When you profit, flip the profits and go long-term. But Javon, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Best of luck today, and we'll see you on later in the week.
Absolutely.
Take care. See you. Javon Burt, like I said, he's absolutely crushing on the leaderboards right now. I love that VCU game today, so I have to see how that shakes out. But I was going to bring on Jay Briggs. We're going to go back to the NBA here. Jay, how's it going?
What's going on, Chris? How you doing today?
I am doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing good. College championship day, and then we got some good NBA action. Sunday, one of my favorite days of the week, ready to smash it.
As long as I know, your favorite day of the week's any day ending in Y. But anyways, we got some NBA action today. Which game did you want to talk about?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go to the second game on the board. I'm gonna go to Cleveland and the Hornets. I'm gonna lean on Cleveland laying the 8 in this one. Cleveland let me down in their last one as they failed to beat the Miami Heat. I fade the Miami Heat damn near every opportunity I get. They're the worst home team in the NBA. So just about every time I see Miami at home, I like to fade them. Cleveland had beat them the game before, 104-100. They had a 9-point lead in that heading into the fourth. It melted away. Miami did win that basketball game. Cleveland is not the same juggernaut on the road as they are on their home floor. But in a bounce back game after a loss, I do think they go in here and beat up on the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets, back-to-back situation. They got beat by the Jazz yesterday. Another hard team to figure out. I'm not sure if the Jazz want to tank, want to make the play-in or not. So the Charlotte Hornets, they did not get it done yesterday at home. The Hornets are actually the third worst ATS home cover team in the NBA. I like this as a bounce-back spot for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they could lock up, play some good defense, and kind of suffocate this team today, Chris.
I was on the Cavs with you as well. I'm in the same boat. I have no idea what the Charlotte Hornets are trying to do. I think it's because, you see where they are in the standings. It's almost like they're kind of in that purgatory spot where they're not bad enough to be in the top or in the bottom 3 in the Brick for Vic sweepstakes, but they're also 5 games behind, I think, the team that's like next in line in the overall standing. So they're like, look, it can't get much worse for us or much better for us right now, so we might as well try to win some basketball games. But yeah, as bad as the Cavs have been in spots on the road, I'm with you. I don't see this being one of those spots. I mean, they won the lone meeting by 10 points, and that's what stands out to me and why this 10-point win means a lot more from the lone meeting this season was that win came in overtime. So they outscored the Hornets by 10 points in that extra 5-minute period, and it was just that the Hornets ran out of gas, and I'd say the Hornets are just in a worse state than they were in that last meeting.
Yeah, I would agree so too. I see some people in the comments saying no Garland and no Jared Allen. They're both game time decisions. Garland didn't play in the last one. It is a little pause for concern, but this is still a Cleveland team that could go nuclear. Jared Allen, he's a really good defender as well. I would love for him to be in there, but even if those guys don't play, I still like Cleveland a lot in this basketball game. Again, Charlotte 12-20 at home this season, ATS 37.5%. I think Cleveland beats up on them in this one, Chris. I'm with you there. Like you said, they exploded on them in that overtime period last time in a 5-minute setting. We know Donovan Mitchell can go nuclear. I'm not trusting the Hornets in this spot, especially not on a back-to-back. I like the Cavs in this spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't. It's hard to feel good about backing the Hornets on the best days, and now you got a Hornets team, or excuse me, a Cavaliers team that's still fighting for a top 3 spot in the East. They still could potentially try to make some noise and get up to the top spot, but again, they have a lot of work to do. But anyway, Jay, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Yes, sir, Chris. I have 3 plays as of right now, all in the NBA, including my $15 NBA Jam Session play, which we had a winner on yesterday with the Oklahoma City Thunder buddies, the cover buddies. I've hit 9 of my last 15 on that play. We go for 10 of 16. So you can scoop that up. My best bet in the NBA, my $15 NBA Jam Session play. I also have that play in a 3-pack, my NBA Money Making 3-pack today. That pack includes my NBA Plus Money Dog of the day and another play I really love in the NBA. So 3-pack in the NBA, and that 3-pack includes the $15 NBA Jam Session play, so you don't have to buy them separately. You can just get the 3-pack. I might add 1 college hoops in here here in a second. A lot of action today. Championship games. I have one I really love. I'll probably add it here in a second. That's what I got going on over at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, great value with Jay. Kills it in the NBA. We didn't just give him the jam session for nothing. It was, he knows his stuff. He does a live jam session every day. And I think he said this is the best time to hop on long term. We're getting into March Madness. We still got at least another month and a half of NBA regular season. Getting to the playoffs. Jay still covers some NHL. So time to hop on long term. You got MLB if you get the 30-day pass, get you for MLB regular season, all of March Madness. This is the time to hop on long term. But anyways, Jay, thanks for popping on. We'll see you for the jam session, the live jam session later this afternoon.
Yes, sir. It should be at the same time, 3 Central. We'll miss the first game on the board, the Nuggets, Nets. The original jam session, the pre-recorded one is up now, so you can go catch what I like in that first game. But yeah, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll come on, run through the card one more time. Not sure if anybody come on with me today. We'll see. But yeah, I'll be there.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate you coming on, and we'll see you later.
Yes, sir, Chris. See you later.
See you. All right, love talking hoops with Jay Briggs. But anyways, we're going to bring in Wayne Scott, get him in quickly, and we'll talk some more NBA. I think everybody else has NBA, maybe except for me, the rest of the way. But anyways, Wayne, what's going on?
What's going on, Chris? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Not bad at all, man. It's a little gloomy over here in North Carolina, but hey, I'm up.
That's all. You know what? It's another day above ground. That's how I always see it. So, but
Yes,
I got another day above ground with some great action today. So, which game are you going to be talking about today?
I'm going with the Brooklyn Nets and the Denver, 3:30 start time. And this one we seen Denver their last time out. They lost to the Spurs at home, where they gave up 100. It was 120 128 points to the Spurs as well. I mean, this Denver team, we know all season they've been known for their offense, still top 10 offensive team, but they've been lacking on defense, especially when it comes to playing some of the better teams. Even as you seen last time, I just pointed out, when they play the worst teams, they give up a lot on defense. Every once in a while they'll clamp down, but that's definitely not their side of the ball that they're focused on. When we come to these Brooklyn Nets, we seen that them with a win their last time out in overtime over Minnesota, where they was able to put up 124 and allowed 123. They're predominantly more focused on defense and typically don't play the best offense, but they do some things well on offense. They're top 3 in 2-pointers made and top 3 in field goals made too. And on the other side of that, Denver is 23rd in how much field goals they're giving up almost 48% from the 2-point range. So I expect a lot of easy baskets from Brooklyn. As I mentioned, Denver's a top team in offense, but one of the things they specialize in is hitting that 3 ball. They're second in 3-pointers, and Brooklyn gives up the 3 ball at a high rate. They're 25th in giving up the 3. This all boils down to the over for me, and both of these teams are very offensive efficient. Denver being second in offensive efficiency, and Brooklyn being 11th in offensive efficiency. So the pace doesn't much worry me, with both of them being around the 15th to 16th in pace, like middle of the league in pace, because they're so efficient on offense. So I'm on the over in this one, over 231, with the points that Denver's been scoring, their lack of defense, and with Brooklyn actually being able to show a little bit of scoring. I'm on the over in this one, Chris.
Yeah, I'm with you on the over. I like the over a lot in this game. It's been the case for the Denver Nuggets at home this season. I mean, like you said, they're scoring 120.6 points per game at home, and while the numbers at home, they're still giving up around 109.8. There've been a couple games that have kind of thrown those numbers off. I mean, I can remember the game where they blew out the Clippers I think they blew them out by almost 60 or something like that. So those numbers are a little bit skewed, but it always just seems like the Denver Nuggets tend to play in those high scoring games at home. And the Brooklyn Nets have been winning games with defense lately, but when the Nets first made this trade, they weren't playing much defense at all. They gave up 142 to the Knicks on the road, 129 to the Hawks, 131 to the Bulls. Just gave up 123 to the Timberwolves in a win. So I'm with you here. I think this game, I think 231. I'm surprised this line didn't open closer to 240.
Yes, sir. And definitely Brooklyn has up their scoring in their last 3, averaging 118. Another thing I seen that I forgot to point out is these teams tend to go over when they're playing the better competition. And this season, the over is 12-8 after Denver loses. Like I said, they came off a loss, so that's 60% clip. So I like my chances on this one going on over with all those variables in mind as well.
Yeah, 100% can't disagree with you there. But Wayne, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
On Pick Dogs Premium today, I have a 3-pack in my game of the day in the NBA. I got a push yesterday with the Pacers. I had hopped on that line a little too early before it had dropped down, but I'll take a push over a loss any day. And I got a 3-pack. I got 2 college basketball and 1 NHL pick on the day. I got my picks on the sticks. Most of the time, I just keep that for my long term folks, but I got that out there in the package with 2 college basketballs today. So 1 3-pack and 1 NBA game of the day out there.
All right. Well, we always talk about this is the best time to hop on long term. Even if you get Wayne's daily pass, there's just the hoops and hockey play today, or if it's you go for some long term, this is a great time to take advantage of it. Wayne's been crushing it since joining Pick Dogs, and gonna have to see how he does during baseball season, but. If hoops is any indication, even hockey is any indication, it's not a bad bet to take. So definitely check that out long term. Some great value, whether it's just with Wayne or pairing them up with someone as part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. I don't think you can go wrong over at Pick Dogs. But Wayne, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you coming on, helping out, and we'll see you later in the week.
Always, Chris. Appreciate you hosting, man. You take care. Good luck today. All right, Pick Dogs family. I get with y'all.
All right, good luck, Wayne. Thanks. I got Wayne Scott. Like I said, love that over with the Denver Nuggets today in the Brooklyn Nets. But I'm gonna bring on last guest before I round things out. I'm gonna bring in Rod Zawacki and talk a little bit more NBA. If you guys didn't get enough NBA up to this point, Rob, what's going on? You sound better this way. There we go.
There we go. Enjoying my Sunday. We had a great day in college hoops. I'm looking at rolling in championship Sunday. Love today's action in college hoops.
So yeah, we got great college hoops action, but I know you're going to be talking some NBA. What do you got going on today?
Yeah, definitely been rolling along in the NBA as well too. So we're going to look at this OKC Thunder and the Spurs game, and you look at the defenses on both these teams, and I think we're in for a track meet in this one. The Spurs 30th on defense, giving up 122 points a game. OKC 20th, giving up 116 points a game. And you look over the last 3, Spurs averaging 116 points a game scoring, and OKC averaging 118 points a game in scoring. And definitely both teams are trending to the over, as OKC is 6-1 to the over in their last 7 games. Spurs 3-0 to the over in their last 3. And you look head to head, the last 4 meetings have all hit the over, including the last one that we got to 140 or 244 points. And I think we got the same type of game here. Track meet. You look at OKC off of 0 days rest, 6-0 to that over following no rest. And you look at the Spurs, 4 straight overs following a straight up win. They're also 9-1 to that over following a straight up win. So definitely a track meet in this one. I think both teams could easily score into the 120s, and we can get into the 240s. Take the over OKC and the Spurs.
Yeah, I do lean towards the over with you on that game. My only concern is that OKC has just been playing some low scoring games, or at least one side of the game has been low scoring in their last couple. I mean, they held the Pelicans to 96. They got held to 101 by the Suns. But I get it. These are the San Antonio Spurs, and like you said, they're terrible defensively. And you look at those 4-0 record to the over that you mentioned. I see it too. I'm with you there. Just my only sort of hesitation with it was that a couple of those games have barely gone over the total. They went over the total by a point, but I guess you could say they're still going over the total nonetheless. So. I mean, it's still. I'm with you though. I think San Antonio's defense probably the difference here.
Yeah, exactly right. That just awful defense. I think it's Matador defense today. Optional. This is what I think we easily get over the total, get into the 240s. Even the books are putting it up. It's moving up. It's up 2.5 points from the opener. So books are worried it's going to be a track meet. I love the track meet here.
Yeah, I think they have a reason they probably should be worried. But anyways, Rob, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
And for me, over at Pick Dogs Premium here, I've got my college basketball Sunday safe crackers. We had my college basketball package yesterday. We swept the board on a 3-0. We're going to sweep the board again with that triple. It also includes my $15 college basketball swish play. We crushed it as well on a nice 55-34 and one run in college hoop, hitting at over 60%. So head on over to Pick Dogs Premium, scoop that up. I also have a 2+1. I have 2 plays in the NBA I love and my top play in the NHL action. You head on over to Pick Dog Premium, scoop those up. Or now's the time, grab something long term, as we've been telling everybody. That 2-for-1 capper pass is a great deal as well. 2 has always better than 1. So jump aboard, use that promo code PICK and save 15% off all your purchases over at Pick Dogs Premium.
And I couldn't have said it better myself. Hop on something long term. It's where all the value is. You get all the plays from today. You're going to get with Rod NHL and NBA throughout the week. Both the 7-day pass will cover you for the first 2 rounds of March Madness. The 30-day gets you all of March Madness as well as some MLB as well. So definitely this is a great time to hop on long term and take advantage of it. 2-for-1 capper deal. You also got our Puck Dogs package if you're looking just for strictly hockey plays as well. Definitely can't go wrong with any of those. But anyways, Rod, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. And we will we're gonna get our hockey videos out later today. But anyways, we'll see you on the morning show tomorrow. Me, you, and potentially Mitch. We'll have to see how that if the timing works out.
Hopefully, we'll see him on the morning show. I think he said he would be on the morning show. I think Tuesday was his more in question day. He said so. Anyways, have yourself a good day. Good luck with all your bets today, and smash that like button. Costs you nothing, helps us a ton. We appreciate everybody. Have a good day, Pick Dogs family.
Let's see, Rod. Rod Zawacki, love always having him on. We don't just talk hockey. We talk NBA, college hoops as well. But I'm gonna be the one to talk hockey. I'm gonna close things out with a hockey play for you guys. I think there was the comment earlier. Someone asked if there were any hockey locks today, and I can tell you the only lock that you'll find anywhere is the lock at your local hardware store. That's the only lock I can tell you that you're going to find, because unfortunately, any sport, NBA, NHL, what have you, can be really volatile. For me, it was frustrating yesterday. I won't lie to you guys. Full transparency, I had 5 premium plays for the NHL yesterday. Went 1-4. It's one of those things where it's close to the very end. I mean, could have had a push in that Wild game. A late goal pushed us over the total of 6. You had the Preds and Kings go to a shootout. The Islanders, bums that they are, decided to not tell us that they're going to put in their starting goaltender. They're going to put in their backup for a game against the Capitals. So it's always something, but we just dust ourselves off and move forward. And for me today, I'm going to be going with the Tampa Bay Lightning in regulation. I was initially having trouble getting there with the Bolts in regulation, but the thing for me in this game is that, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they're 0-6 in their last 6 games played on no rest, and the Jets are 4-0 to the good in their last 4 games played on no rest. But the Jets started Connor Hellebuck yesterday. Hellebuck, their better goaltender. For me in this game, you're either going with Hellebuck on a back-to-back, which you have to figure there's going to be some exhausted legs there, or you're throwing in David Riddick as a backup, and Riddick really hasn't been able to cut it pretty much anywhere over the course of his career. Whether it's been, we've seen him in Calgary, we've seen him we had him for a brief time in Toronto, and now, as a backup for the Winnipeg Jets, just has not been able to come through. Like I said, the Lightning yesterday, they have been struggling. The Lightning have been, like I said, 0-6 in their last 6 games played on the second half of a back-to-back, and the last few games we haven't necessarily seen the Lightning playing their best hockey. Especially when you compare them to form of years past. I mean, they've lost 7 of their last 10 games, and they've been giving up goals left and right. But they have Andre Vasilevsky in net here. They started Brian Elliott against the Chicago Blackhawks, so you have your better goaltending option here. And like I said, 2 teams on a back-to-back. The Winnipeg Jets tend to play their better hockey at home, so you're going to give me a decent price with the Tampa Bay Lightning in 60 minutes. I got to think the Tampa Bay Lightning get the job done. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning to win this game in regulation inside the 60 minutes. For some people, that'll be a 3-way line on your book. If you don't have that, you'll have to pay a little bit of juice for the Lightning on the money line. Or I wouldn't be opposed to maybe a puck line play either. But for me, the strongest play of those 3 is to just take them to win within 60 minutes. But for me today over at Pick Dogs Premium, I've got a 3-pack on the board now. I've also got my favorite conference championship game. It's my championship Sunday best bet. Got that for $15. Arguably one of my favorite conference championship games that has been played to date. I also got that as part of a 3-pack, cross-board 3-pack with my favorite play from the NBA and NHL, as well as that college hoops 3-pack. That college hoops best bet. And like I've said it all show, and I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse and being a broken record, but this is a great time to hop on long term with any of your favorite cappers, whether it's me or someone else. Any of us is part of the individually a part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. That 3 days is going to get you plays early on this week. I think you'll get the play-in games for the NCAA tournament. The 7-day covers you for the first 2 rounds of March Madness. The 30-day covers you for all of March Madness with MLB's opening weeks, as well as NBA and NHL thrown in there, every single time. So definitely great time to hop on long term and make some money with us here over at Pick Dogs. But anyways, appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with me on a Sunday morning. Appreciate all the cappers for coming on. And again, we'll see you guys soon. We'll see you guys, got the jam session later today. All our videos are going to be up at Pick Dogs. And like Rod said, when he was on, don't forget to smash that like button. Helps us out a ton. Doesn't cost you a cent. And don't forget to subscribe so that you get the latest notifications on when those videos go live. So thank you so much, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see you guys soon.